So what is it with a lot of, I said a lot of, many of them, not all of them, black women in the grocery store, you look them right in the face and you say hello and they act like you didn't say anything.
I go to bend down, here comes this man, I talk about, let me help you. I said, ah. I literally did that. I said, ah. I got it, thank you. I took that 50-pound bag of food, threw it over my shoulders, and walked it to my cart like the grown man I am on the inside. This man turns around and goes, well, that's not very ladylike. I'm not trying to give you ladylike vibes. I'm trying to give you grown man vibes. I'm trying to give you, you're the one who's going to need help if you keep playing with me.
For some reason, men just don't understand. We refuse to understand why women don't want to deal with us, why they reject us, why they are uncomfortable around us in public. And that's really bothering a lot of men, right? A lot of men feel similarly to this man.
So I just came out of Kroger's to buy some groceries for next week. And I've got a question. God's had me in this period of isolation these last few months. So I just want to make sure I didn't miss the memo. So what is it with a lot of, I said a lot of, many of them, not all of them, black women in the grocery store, you look them right in the face and you say hello and they act like you didn't say anything. Am I missing something, or is there a memo that I did not hear about?
Yeah, the memo is women can't be nice to men. I don't understand why you guys always have to like specify black women as if other groups of women don't feel like this. Like you could say hi to a white woman and she's gonna be like, hi, buddy, and like she's gonna do the same shit. She might just say the N-word under her breath. That's the only difference. But anyways, no, that it's the women women cannot afford to be nice to men, to be honest with you. And it's a catch-22, because when women are nice to men and they're cordial to men, men think that means, oh, they love me, they're in love with me, they like me. Because here's the thing. When those same men think that if a woman rejects you, like if she's like, doesn't say anything to you or whatever, that they also think that that's the way women should reject men, right? Like they want women to make it abundantly clear that they're not interested. So, but when a woman does that, men crash out. So the women are left with what? There's no, you know what I mean? Like there's no proper way to reject a man without men feeling slighted in some way or whatever the case may be. And this would be a perfect example of that. I think this like perfectly illustrates that.
There is one particular group of men that I will never understand, and it's the group that cannot take rejection. So I got off work yesterday and I decided to stop at the grocery store to get me a few little things. I get in the store and I start with produce because it's at the beginning of the store. So I started getting my produce. Here come this man with 2/3 of a cart in his Crocs. Gonna talk about, hi, how you doing today? I was like, I'm good, thank you. How about yourself? He's like, I'm good. It's a beautiful day. I said, yes, it is. He goes, you are so pretty. And I was like, thank you. I appreciate that. So I move on. I go over to the next little stand and I'm getting fresh produce. Okay, I'm getting like little peppers and stuff. He asked about what you cooking. I was like, I don't know. I'm gonna throw some on the grill or something light. He asked about, well, maybe I'll get an invite. I was like, no, I'm not interested, but thank you. He asked about, dang, I can't get an invite. And I was like, no, I'm not interested, but thank you. Now, in my mind, I'm not about to linger in the same area. I will come back when you're gone. I'm not about to stand here and make you think that I want to talk to you because I don't want to lead you on. So I did it respectfully. I was like, well, you have a good day. And I left to go to the pet department. 2 clicks behind me, what do I see? That man with his 2/3 cart right behind me. Now, I'm thinking to myself, you know what? Don't be conceited. It's not about you. Maybe he's headed this way because he needs something else. However, I get to the dog food. Here he is right on the other side looking at the wet dog food. I'm looking for the dry dog food, and then I find it. I go to bend down. Here comes this man. I talk about, let me help you. I said, ah. I literally did that. I said, ah. I got it, thank you. I took that 50-pound bag of food, threw it over my shoulders, and walked it to my cart like the grown man I am on the inside. This man turns around and goes, well, that's not very ladylike. I'm not trying to give you ladylike vibes. I'm trying to give you grown man vibes. I'm trying to give you, you're the one who's going to need help if you keep playing with me. That's all I'm trying to do. However, I was like, nah, I got it. Thank you, though. He was like, well, let me holler at you. I said, look, I'm not interested. I appreciate it, but I'm not interested. He talked about, why not? You got a man? Baby, I got a man, a boyfriend, a husband, and 2 pieces on the side. Leave me alone. I'm not interested. Because once I say no, I feel like that's enough. However, he proceeded to push. So I was like, you have a good day. I leave and I go to the next aisle over to get disinfectant wipes. He asked about, you really don't want to talk to me? I said, I'm not interested, but thank you. He asked about, whatever then. You ain't all that, no way. I wish you would have led with that when you see me in the first place. But anywho, I head over to the feminine care. I was like, get some candles, some bubble bath, you know, get you your little personal products. Here come this same little man with his 2/3 of a cart and his Crocs and tofu. He got to about, I think we got off on the wrong foot. I said, no, we didn't. My feet are right in front of me, about to walk away. We are right where we need to be, sir. Goodbye. He got to about, listen, I'm just trying to say, I feel like some of you ugly women always get ahead of yourself. I bet you if you took that wig and that makeup off, you feel different. No, I look like Little Bill telling you no. I'm still declining your offer. I'd be Caillou and tell you I'm still not interested. What are you talking about? No. He ends about, you ain't all that, no way. That's why you ugly. Okay, then let me be ugly and leave me alone. So I go around to the next hour. He ends about, yeah, it's always us good men that get a bad rap. Sir, the only one giving you a bad rap is you. What is you talking about? And he gonna talk about, in all honesty, you ain't all of that. Okay, so leave me alone. If I'm not all of that, then why are you talking to me? He ends about, yeah, you basic. I said, and you're short. At that point, I was fine with it. I don't have a problem with short men, but at that point in time, I knew it was gonna piss him off, and it did. He ends about, I'm a grown man. Then grow up. I'm 5'10", you're 5'2". We have nothing in common. You gotta be this tall to ride this ride. Goodbye. He ends about, yeah, you ain't all that. You ain't even worth my time. Good, walk away. Save yourself. Go get you your win, my friend. I'm not interested. I need y'all to literally understand that when you tell me that I'm ugly, it's not hurting me. It's not like I'm going to be like, dang, they think I'm ugly. I better settle. Y'all, that sounds nuts. Please come up with a better comeback because my sarcasm is locked and loaded and I have ammo for days. Like, you got to do better than I'm ugly because there's one thing I'm not is insecure. So please come up with something better. Have a good day.
So are we getting a clearer picture? Because if you listen to her account, she started off by being cordial. She didn't start off with like being dismissive or whatever. The thing that old boy was talking about was like, why don't black women say hi back? Cool. She said hi back. Now what? Next step goes. He approaches her. He wants, you know what I mean? He wants some attention from her, let's say, right? She politely rebuffs him. He doesn't take the no for an answer. He does it 2, 3, 4 times. So to the point where she was like very, very clear and had to get more stern every single time. I'm not interested, to which that offended him. Like by that point, he was like, but he was doing all of that just so he can feel offended, so that he would have a reason to crash out on her. That's what men do all the time. When a woman rejects a man, he then antagonizes the woman to get a rise out of her so that she'll say something to him that is disrespectful or that he deems to be disrespectful. And that way, whatever happens after that is warranted in his mind. So when she called him short, in his mind, if he wanted to take it to level 10, it was warranted because she started it, and you know what I mean, or whatever. She called me short, or whatever the case may be. Whole time he's gonna ignore all the times when she politely rebuffed him, when she actually got really stern with him and was very direct and was like, I'm uninterested. Please leave me alone. Get away from me. Nope, we're ignoring all of that. Then we're gonna ignore me being disrespectful to her. And then when she finally reacts, now it's crash out time, and now I'm justified. Lots of men do that. And that's what I think that dude, that weirdo, whoever she was talking about, was trying to do to her. And this whole thing of why don't women say hi back is all a ruse. It's all a ploy to get women to react positively to a man so that a man can feel justified in his pursuit of the woman. Like, oh, you sending me mixed signals. When I said hi, you said hi back. What was that about? Because that's what men are going to do. If a woman says hi, if a man says hi and a woman says hi back, he's going to say, well, why did you say hi back? Why did you smile? You know what I'm saying? Whatever. He's going to use it against her. If she doesn't say hi and he does something to her, he's going to say she was being rude. It's a lose for women. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the woman does. She is going to lose in this exchange in the eyes of men, in the minds of men. So to the older gentleman that was like, I didn't get the memo, you already know what, you too old to not know what's going on, fam. This ain't the fucking 30s. This ain't the 60s where women had to address men if a man addressed her or whatever. Women don't have to say shit to you if they don't want to. This is 2025. A woman does not owe you a hi or a hello. Nobody does, to be honest with you. Nobody does. You can feel some type of way about it if you want to, about that individual. But going to the internet and asking why don't this group of people say that, you're shut the fuck up. Terrible, because you're not actually looking for an explanation. You're looking for a way to shame black women in this particular case, but in general, you're looking for a way to manipulate women into being cordial with you so that it'll justify you pursuing them, you shooting your shot. She gave me the end. She said hi back. That's the end. But if she doesn't say anything to you, you have no reason to say you have zero reason to say anything else to that woman. Nothing else. And you know that. And that's the thing that pisses you off about this. So don't play with us. We know exactly what it is. Now, this is just the bonus I wanted to throw in because there were some things also about what that woman was just saying that kind of raised some red flags with me, or I got tipped off a little bit to some things. So when the man who approaches her at first ends up calling her ugly and all of that stuff, he may very well have thought she wasn't that attractive. He may very well have thought that, right? Hear me out. And that's not me saying that she's not attractive. I'm saying he may felt like she wasn't attractive. But hear me out. This is why, and men do this. Men are openly admitting this.
This is one thing about men that girls don't know. It's a very uncomfortable truth. We will actually hit up a 5 out of 10, a 6 out of 10 because we think she's in the perfect middle. You're not too good looking, so you might be an easy crack. What happens to the 5 out of 10 is that she thinks he's really so bad. And she thinks, damn, I'm really that bitch. The bitch look like Squidward. Now what happens is that the 5 out of 10 actually has the most competition. So they go, I'm just gonna text a 7. I'm a bagger. The 7 got 50 niggas in her Snapchat going crazy right now. What happens now though is that the girl that's really bad as hell is not getting the same in real life attention because no guy thinks he can bag it. Niggas see that, be like, damn, she too bad. Fuck it, I'm good.
I love how men make my job so easy. You guys are dumb. You guys say the thing out loud every single time. That's the quiet part that you're supposed to keep quiet and keep it on the low. You say it out loud. And yeah, I can see men doing that. They actually, in their mind, they're preying on the 6, the 5, the 6, whatever. You know how they judge women in that way. They're preying on the less attractive woman. They think that if you give a less attractive woman some attention, she'll acquiesce, she'll be quicker to fold or whatever the case may be. But he tried to frame it as like, oh, she thinks she that B word and da-da-da-da. But what if she's just not, like the woman said, she has confidence. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so crazy that y'all think that women can't have confidence no matter what. But anyway, so that's pretty much what, to me, that's what I got out of what he was saying, was that like men, and we know that men do this also with like heavier set women. Get a pretty heavy set woman, get a whatever heavy set woman. You could use her you could juice her for her fruit snacks and her fucking juicy fruit at home with her kid. Like you can do whatever you want to do to her because she's less attractive. Like men, that's a known thing that men have been trying to do, or that's an approach that men have and have had for a very long time. So yeah, I could totally see like a dude approaching a woman who he doesn't think is that attractive, but he love bombs her, right? Oh, over validation. Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, you bad. Damn, you go girl, yada, yada, yada. And then as soon as he gets rejected, then his true feelings come out. So yeah, sometimes they be calling bad, you know what I'm saying, actual women who they actually think is attractive, I should say. They'll call those women ugly too, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying sometimes they actually didn't think she was that attractive. Just men are just so manipulative at the end of the day. Like you just see how it plays out on all of these different levels. And a lot of women they're just not willing to play the game. So when they don't talk to you at all, why are you mad at them? It makes perfect sense to me. And lastly, this is another prime example. This is a prime example of why women are just not interested in responding. Why would a woman respond so that they can have these types of interactions with men?
One morning as I'm leaving the gym, this brother comes up to me and says, excuse me, miss, I was watching you while you were working out this morning, and I would just like to know if you have a man because I'm looking for a wife. So I look at him. I said, well, that's an interesting way to, introduce yourself to somebody. So he says, well, I know that women want us to be direct and clear with our intentions. So, I just like telling women up front that that's my focus. I'm looking for a wife. So I look at him and I say, well, if you don't mind me asking, are you looking for a wife, or are you looking for someone to cook and clean? Are you tired of being by yourself? Are you tired of paying bills? Are you just looking for someone to take care of you? And he says, Well, isn't that the same thing?
Exactly. I'm looking for a wife. Already weird. Weird as hell. Again, love bomb me. I'm looking for a wife. I was told to be direct. Mm, that's like oversharing. I would like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's oversharing. I get it. You're looking for a wife. That's fine, right? That's fine. Dating with intention, fine. Everybody, you know, I'm with all of that. But like, yeah, saying that to a woman that you are approaching on the street, not the way to go. That's very odd. That's very weird. But again, why would a woman want to have interactions with men who talk like this and who think like this? Why? What would be the motivation for them? Out of curiosity, can anybody tell me what's the motivation for a woman to want to deal with a man like this? Like, I don't get it. And it's like men just will not accept that is the reality. Even if we're saying it out of our own mouths, even if we are admitting straight out to the world, we're just telling the world exactly what our game plan is and all of that stuff, right? When women clock it and they go, I'm just not gonna play. Y'all still want to get on the internet. It's always gonna be some dummy in it, you know, within the manosphere or with all, you know, within the in the cult to come out and be like, no, women, you still got to play the game with us. I don't know why y'all don't say hi to us. I don't know why y'all don't look us in the eye, and because you're dangerous. You're dangerous. The reason why women don't make eye contact with men is because men are dangerous, and women are taught to keep their eyes down when they're in public. The way that humans are taught to, to play dead when a grizzly bear or whatever approaches you. I don't remember what it is. One of those bears, right? Some of the bears you get big and you get loud, and some of them you run away from, and some of them you play dead because they'll pass you right on up. Men are the ones that you just play dead with because they're dangerous. Like, you just don't mess with men. Men are weird, very weird. And in this case, them playing dead is them ignoring us, acting like we don't exist, acting like they don't exist, like they're a ghost, like they're just floating through life. They're just like, nope, I'm floating through life. I don't know. You don't see me. You can't see me, right? Like John Cena. And I don't blame them one bit. Until men change our behaviors, there is nothing I will ever say to women as a group as to why, or to question them as, why they don't interact with men. I completely understand. I don't want to interact with men, and I'm a man.